Welcome to Inglewood, Calgary, to VivianeArt Gallery and an exhibition entitled Smooth Sailing by Toronto-based painter Scott Everingham. We have a whole new body of work here in the gallery that was painted primarily during our recent closure for the COVID-19 pandemic.
The term smooth sailing is this phrase that everything's fine, waters are smooth, clear skies. And at the time, it absolutely didn't feel that way anywhere. Even walking outside, it was just this moment of tension in Toronto. And there was anxiety, in a sense, all over the city. And I think that attempting to paint these moments of either on the water or underwater elements of sailing, using sailing as this sort of leisurely activity that is supposed to be wonderful and calming and lovely. Also, what comes with water sports and being on the water is this, it's quite frightening to be on this giant body of water in the middle of nowhere. So they're paintings about a little bit of dread, but at the same time kind of hope. And so that kind of juxtaposition is something that I look to create in my works.
For Scott, there is a vulnerability in these paintings that I quite admire. He's allowing, in these works, time to wait, time to consider. And he's actually, I think, allowing some of the things that make him uncomfortable to stay on the canvas. So it's adding a level of depth to this ocean of paintings that is really quite fabulous.
The painting Downed Masts, it's fairly orange, it's yellowish, it doesn't feel aquatic whatsoever. It almost feels sandy and hot, and I like that kind of juxtaposition between the little bits of information of these broken sails and a broken mast that are existing in this space, and it's almost hard to really figure out where that ship is. The work right over my left shoulder is called whale fall, and a whale fall is when a whale dies and sinks to the very bottom wherever they land, and then it gets devoured by scavengers. And so it represents the end of life for a whale or anything that sort of falls to the bottom, and yet there's an equal amount of growth and hope in that situation too, and life for other creatures.
So smooth sailing. This is about torn masts, ships sinking, whales that have passed, falling to the bottom of the ocean and being consumed. This is about dark waters, but light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but this is very much about taking on obstacles.
I feel like a lot of these paintings, I was really able to sit back once they were completed to really see what had just happened and what these paintings were representative of, what part of me is in these paintings personally too. And I think reflecting on my past and this idea of leisure on sailboats, I felt is an excellent metaphor for this state of precariousness and state of anxiety that was really simmering, especially in 2020, and it's a lot to think about and a lot of space for growth and change in everyone. So.
This show will be up in VivianeArt in Inglewood, Calgary for well into October. And we hope that people in Calgary get in to see it. We hope that people who are outside of Calgary spend some time on our online store, on our virtual tour on the website, and experience this work. Hopefully find your own way into the dark spaces in these oceans and challenge yourself to think about, what can I do to change right now in this incredible time we're in?